commitment to fostering growth and learning is truly commendable. Let's give a round of applause to the AI team and 𝗘𝘀𝘀𝗃𝗃 for their pivotal roles shaping the future of technology and education. Our journey today will be guided by a stellar lineup of speakers and presenters who have made significant strides in the field of computer science and AI. To comment this spectacular event, it is an honor to introduce our esteemed welcome speaker with 18 years of dedicated service in the university system, Professor 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗙𝗀 and past chairperson of IEEE Computer Society of Sri Lanka chapter in 2023, Professor 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗙𝗀.
Thank you, Anudhi, for a wonderful introduction. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm audible, right? Am I audible? Yeah.
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Thank you. So this is my duty to welcome you all on behalf of IEEE Sri Lanka section, IEEE Computer Society Sri Lanka chapter. So ladies and gentlemen, innovators and visionaries, welcome to Virtual Tech Spectacle 2.0 at TechX Sri Lanka 2023, organized by the Student Activity Committee of IEEE Computer Society Sri Lanka chapter. It's an absolute pleasure to have all of you joining us today from across the country. I'm sure from many of the chapters representing different universities in this exciting coverage of technology, innovation, and limitless possibilities. TechX, as I remember, TechX 1.0, which was commenced one year before. Actually, it's a joint effort between IEEE Computer Society Sri Lanka chapter and IEEE Computer Society students and young professionals, serving as a powerful catalyst for the vibrant and enthusiastic volunteer community within IEEE Sri Lanka section. This virtual event seamlessly blends together sessions covering emerging technologies, soft skills enhancements, leadership development, and industry engagement into a unified and comprehensive offering. As we embark on this immersive experience together, we are here to celebrate not just the technological breakthroughs, but also the brilliant minds behind them. I encourage each and every one of you to dive in, engage wholeheartedly, ask questions, exchange ideas, and forge connections that will not only elevate your understanding, but also spark the innovations that will define the future. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to our sponsors, partners, speakers, and the incredible team under Student Activity Committee of the CS chapter, led by Mr. Vidura, whose dedication and hard work have made this event possible. Thank you and enjoy the extraordinary experiences that await all of us. Let's enjoy today virtually and then physically tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor. Now we have a thought-provoking keynote address titled How to Step into Industry with AI by our distinguished speaker, Mr. Giman Dayarathna. Mr. Giman Dayarathna is a seasoned AI engineer at Vega Innovations, where he has passionately dedicated himself to the dynamic field of artificial intelligence. Throughout his career journey, Mr. Giman has meticulously cultivated expertise in machine learning, computer vision, and image processing. His unwavering commitment to excellence has propelled him to design and construct cutting-edge solutions that effectively address intricate challenges within the realm of artificial intelligence. So, Mr. Giman Dayarathna, the virtual stage is yours.
Thank you, Ms. Anudhi. Can you confirm whether am I audible to you?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Right. So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. So, I am truly honored to be here as your guest speaker, representing the dynamic and evolving field of artificial intelligence. My name is Giman Dayarathna, and for the past 2 years, I have had the privilege of working as an AI engineer at Vega Innovations, where we are pushing the boundaries of what's possible with cutting-edge projects such as autonomous vehicle, highway management systems, face recognition with anti-spoofing, and many other projects related to the field of artificial intelligence. So, as someone who has been immersed in the world of AI, machine learning, deep learning, and even natural language processing, I witnessed firsthand the incredible potential these technologies hold. Today, I want to take you on a brief journey through the evolving landscape of AI, sharing my experiences, the projects what I have been doing for the past couple of years, and most importantly, providing insights to you on how you can step into the industry with confidence and purpose. At the end of the sessions, I hope you will leave with a clearer path forward, armed with knowledge and inspiration to dive headfirst into the world of AI. We are living in an era where AI is not just a buzzword, especially with the ChatGPT, and now it's Gemini, and the AI wars have been begun. It's driving force behind transformative changes in technology. So from the rise of machine learning algorithms to the breakthroughs in deep learning and natural language processing, we find ourselves in the midst of technological revolution. One cannot ignore the impact on AI has on our daily lives also, whether it is the recommendations that we receive on streaming platforms, the precision of autonomous vehicles on the streets, the seamless integration of face, voice recognition technologies. And so AI is not a distant future. It is the present that we are living in. So consider for a moment the applications of AI in the field of healthcare, finance, and even in environmental conservation. So AI is not confined to a single domain. It is its impact is felt across industries, opening up new avenues for problem solving and optimization. So you guys are in the forefront of this revolution. The skills you are honing today will shape the technological landscape of tomorrow. So let's first, before talking about the broader landscape of AI, let's move on to the more personal perspective, my own journey in the field of AI, the projects what I have done in my experience. So I started my career in AI as an undergraduate. So in my second year, I had the opportunity to learn a subject called image processing and computer vision. So that was my starting point. And from that, I had this curious knowledge thirst. So finally, after completing several projects and in my university career and several other projects that I have been able to work on apart from my university. So then I came to Vega Innovation. So in the past 2 years at Vega Innovations, I have incredible opportunity to lead projects that span the diverse spectrum of AI. So each project has been a unique challenge. So we have been pushing the boundaries as we could for the past 2 years. So first, let's talk about my main project, the autonomous vehicle. So as you may have known, Vega Innovation is dedicated for the electric vehicles. So in the future, vehicles without self-driving car features, even a parking assistant, will not be we did not have a good market. So what we thought was adding an autonomous vehicle features to the EVs that we develop at Vega Innovations. So so we have started this project 2 years ago, and now we are testing our algorithms in test platforms. So leading a project in this domain has been nothing short of accelerating. So to like expand the view on the self-driving car, so mainly what we are doing is in the self-driving car, there are 4 main tasks. The first one is perception. So the perception means how the autonomous vehicles understand the environment. So there are several sensors, cameras, lidars, radars, and everything. So we are working on that one also. So we have a very small team. So everyone is working on these type of projects. So then what we have is the localization part. So in here, it involves we're determining the vehicle's precise position in the world. And then we have something called decision making. So what we gather from the perception and localization systems, we have to make the decision for the vehicle to follow this route, to make the right turns at the intersections and like correspond to the dynamic changes in the environment. Then we have our own control algorithms also. So all these 4 tasks, we have to do it in real time. So we are doing it in we are doing edge processing, and we have achieved most of these. We have achieved like splendid results from most of these tasks. So apart from that, we have another main project, which is the highway entrance exit management system. It basically detects number plates, and we using our own algorithms and optical character recognition algorithms. So we are leveraging advanced image processing techniques, and this system is already being implemented at several highways, and we are testing. We are at the testing scenario, and then another project is the face recognition one. So basically, there are several face recognition systems deployed everywhere actually. So what we want to do is we have coupled it with anti-spoofing methods. So in the world increasingly reliant on secure authentication, the challenges of distinguishing between real face and a fake face, spoof demand innovative solution. Our results have been nothing short of groundbreaking actually. So most of the face recognition systems that are on the market today, they are using either 2 cameras or they are using IR cameras, but we have achieved this anti-spoofing face recognition task using only 1 camera, using our neural networks, and we have created edge devices also. So, but with every success, there are challenges and lessons learned. The unpredictable nature of real-world applications often leads to unforeseen obstacles. However, it's in overcoming these challenges that we grow, both as individuals and as contributors to the ever-evolving field of AI. So so those are the projects that I have been working at Vega. So apart from that, there are several other projects also. And we are working on natural language processing with chatbots. So those are the main projects that I have been doing. So when you are stepping into the industry, so there are several skills that you have to be proficient with, like you have to be confident with it. So one of the, so you have to understand those skills so you can like step into the industry with real confidence. So the first one I would like to point out is the programming proficiency. So I think most of you are like comfortable with at least one programming language here. So anyway, it's not only about writing code. So it's about crafting elegant solutions that optimize performance and scalability. So at least if you are in the field, if you are like willing to give yourself to the, if you are like in the AI field, like if you want to have a career in the AI field, so at least you have to learn the first language is Python, then Java, C++, especially if you are like willing to go go into the robotics side, you have to be proficient with C++. Because as myself, we are working with hardware in the self-driving car project also. So writing code is not just enough. So we have to creating models is not just enough. So we have to optimize those models to run on our own hardware. So basically what we are using, we are reliant on several hardware platforms. NVIDIA GPUs is one of the main hardwares that we are using. So you have to know how to optimize your code in those hardware platforms. Even if you are doing natural language processing, so you may think you don't need this hardware optimization, but you do, since you have to train your natural language processing model, NLP model, in several GPUs. So understanding methods like quantization, you have to like optimize those models and optimize that hardware or utilize that hardware. Then let's move on to the heart of AI. It's machine learning, and inside machine learning, it's deep learning. So machine learning and deep learning are the engines that power the intelligence of artificial intelligence. So you have to have a strong grasp on machine learning concepts, like from regression to clustering, and you have to be proficient with deep learning frameworks such as TensorFlow and PyTorch. So I personally recommend if you are interested in developing deep learning models, I personally recommend PyTorch, since now most of the models available open source are in PyTorch. So try that. And since you guys, I think you are like in the step, you are having the first steps for the AI industry. So think beyond the basics, explore like not only the basic stuff, explore like what are convolutional neural networks for image data, what are recurrent neural networks for sequential data, and specifically understand how transformer architectures work. So the transformer architectures mainly came for language processing, but for the vision task also, now we are using transformer architectures, which uses self-attention mechanisms and everything. Then, so these things you have to have a good knowledge in. Then apart from that, the key to the machine learning, AI, deep learning, everything is data. So data analysis takes an advanced role in the field of AI. So it's not just about cleaning and pre-processing. So you have to understand the patterns, you have to handle the outliers of the data, apply statistical methodologies with a great understanding. So understanding how the data works is a crucial step if you are like stepping into the world of AI. Then then one of the main things that you should have, that you should possess, is the groundwork that you have to lay from the mathematics and algorithms. So basically maths is one of the main things that you should understand if you are going to become an AI engineer or deep learning engineer, machine learning engineer. Mathematics is a must. But even say for an interview, they would not be testing your mathematics skill, but to survive in the field of AI, you have to have a strong mathematical background, especially in linear algebra, calculus, statistics, probability. You have to have that backbone. So just to understand how the advanced algorithms, how they have been derived, to understand the optimization techniques, to understand the basics, you need mathematics. But now the world is going much more inclined to low code and no code with the development of chatbots such as ChatGPT and Gemini. But it may give you those chatbots will give you a code, and you have to just copy paste it. But that's not how AI works. You have to think creatively. You have to find the solutions, not just writing the code. So you have to understand the mathematics. If not, you cannot implement them on the real world. Then so as we navigate in this the field of AI, there are so you are in the early stages of your academic journey. Most of you. So from my own experience, I can give you several advices. For if you are trying to start your journey in the field of AI. So one of the main advice is you have to have a hunger for knowledge. So AI is in the field of AI, you have to do constant learning. Even I have a few years of experience in the field of technology, AI, like more than 4 years. So I have to be constantly updated with the current algorithms that have been developed, so how they have been implemented and everything. So it is updating every moment. The AI field is updating every moment since now the AI wars have begun, and then everyone is putting something to the AI field. So there is a rapid pace of advancement in AI. So you have to have that commitment for continuous education. And what you have to do is mainly you have to do one of the main things is you have to dive into practical projects. So learning the basics of AI, learning the algorithms in machine learning and deep learning, it's not just enough. So you have to implement those machine learning algorithms, deep learning algorithms in a practical scenario. So that is where the real magic happens. So you have to engage in hands-on projects that allow you to apply your theoretical knowledge. So building something tangible not only reinforces your skills, but also provide valuable portfolios for your future endeavors. So maintain your GitHub repositories and dive into the practical projects. Do more projects, especially in the field of if you are willing to go in the field of computer vision, you have to have done several projects regarding image processing, the application of deep learning algorithms for the computer vision side. If you are into more natural language processing and software industry, so you have to understand the basics of them, and you have to learn how to write robust code. Then apart from that, there are several open source projects in the community also, so contribute to them. So these by contributing to these open source projects, it allows you to collaborate with the experienced developers, and you can gain practical experience. You can show your skills to the potential employers. It's kind of a win-win situation. So contribute to more open source projects. And since you have to say, in my experience, I'm working in Vega Innovation, which is dedicated for the electric vehicle. So I'm working with electronic engineers, mechanical engineers, and so I have to be I have to work with multidisciplinary engineering perspectives when I am going to deploy my solution, especially for this autonomous vehicle. We have to have this constant communication with other engineers also. So stay ethical and be responsible for what you have done. And yeah, so apart from that, the future of AI is definitely not slowing down. So at this pace, it's definitely not slowing down. As we speak, researchers and engineers around the world, they are pushing the boundaries of what we thought was not possible. They are basically doing the impossible. So in the future of AI, so we are more into developing more machine learning algorithms. So the basic machine learning algorithms is just for the foundation. So every day there is a new algorithm built on. So try to read more research papers on that. And then we are walking more into the explainable AI era. So explainable AI in the sense that the call for transparency and ethical AI practices. So we should be able to explain how the AI model got that output from the given input. So then human AI collaboration, edge computing. So these are the main fields that AI is evolving, especially edge computing when it comes to robotics, self-driving car projects, and several other projects. And AI is vastly developing in the healthcare industry. And now with the trend of quantum computing, AI is going to merge with that one also. So basically, even NVIDIA is one of the best companies that produces the hardware platform. So they have started developing on quantum computing also. So the future is actually here. So you have to be ready for that. Right. So yes. So in conclusion, remember that your AI journey is not a solitary endeavor. It's a collaborative dance with the innovation, continuous learning experience. So you have to have that curiosity and determination. The skills you have won, the projects you have undertaken, the advice shared today are the threads that weave the tapestry of your individual parts. So there are many challenges when stepping into the industry, but do not give up. Do more self-studying, and I hope you guys have a great AI journey. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Giman Dayarathna, for your insightful keynote address. Your wealth of experience and expertise has undoubtedly provided our audience with valuable insights into stepping into the industry with AI. We appreciate your time knowledge shared with us today. So moving on, we would like to give you guys a briefing about the AI �𝗲𝗪𝗏. Let's get ready to witness the brilliance and innovation that our young minds bring to the forefront. TechX Sri Lanka is organized by the IEEE Computer Society Sri Lanka chapter, powered by 𝗘𝘀𝘀𝗾𝗵𝗫, the title partner of the event, and partnered with the AI team as the official mentoring partner for the event, and the IEEE Sri Lanka section as a collaborative partner. This event is structured by combining the following elements, such as tech, train, lead, engage, unique, and the industry element. As for the unique element, the XAI �𝗲𝗪𝗏 is staged as a platform for developing AI solutions as teams. The XAI �𝗲𝗪 focuses on generating innovative concepts that may not have been considered before. The computers can offer suggestions for using information technology to solve modern world problems. Embracing AI with the correct understanding will be highly beneficial to our nation as well. After having a comprehensive study on the current hype of AI, which brought more opportunities and built an AI trend among Sri Lankan undergraduates seeking AI engagements in the industry, we thought to utilize this trend to its maximum and develop the focus area for the �𝗲𝗪𝗏 as playing around with LLMs. With the participation of more than 20 universities island-wide, teams of the XAI �𝗲𝗪𝗏 were composed of the same student branch, and they competed in the categories as below. Category 1, student branch with the 𝗦𝗫𝐶𝑠 chapter, and Category 2 as the student branch with a newly formed CS chapter, and Category 3, student branch with an active CS chapter. The above categorization aims to bring fair play in the competition and awareness of the IEEE Computer Society to the grassroots level of the organization's unity hierarchy. The main objective of the XAI would be to bring awareness of the IEEE Computer Society to the student branches and encourage them to open a CS chapter within their student branch or to activate their CS chapter and measure the active engagement of the participants in the TechX Sri Lanka journey. Well, after receiving more than 100 submissions of proposal with a thorough evaluation by our panel of judges from the AI team, we have picked the finalists who will be presenting their innovative ideas in tomorrow's finale. Submitted proposals for the XAI �𝗲𝗪𝗏 were evaluated for creativity, uniqueness, and feasibility. Winners of the Category 1, student branch with no CS chapter are 𝗏𝗏𝗀𝗃 from University of 𝗘𝗀𝗃𝗏, IdeaLabs from University of 𝗘𝗀𝗃𝗏, and IdeaSparks from University of 𝗘𝗀𝗃𝗏. Congratulations to those teams. And moving on, the finalists of Category 2, student branch with newly formed CS chapter, 𝗏𝗪𝗀 from University of Kelaniya, 𝗪𝗀𝗀𝗃 from University of Kelaniya, and 𝗪𝗀𝗃 from Kothalawa Defence University. At last, Logic Legions from 𝗪𝗏𝗃𝗏 University. As for final category, student branch with an active CS chapter, Category 3, the finalists are Coding Blinders from University of Colombo School of Computing, Fashion and Dream Crafters from Institute of Informatics Technology, and Achievers from Informatics of Institute of Technology. Guidelines to be followed at tomorrow's grand finale are shared with the finalists in the WhatsApp group, and you need to refer to them thoroughly to adhere to the guidelines mentioned in the booklet. So make sure of that. With that being said, I would like to officially invite everyone who has been part of TechX Sri Lanka 2023 to join us for the grand finale, which will be held at Mahabali Center tomorrow from 9 a.m. onwards. We have some exquisite events lined up for you, which will be conducted by our esteemed title partner, 𝗘𝘀𝘀𝗾𝗵𝗫. A panel discussion on how to engage with sustainable AI as a nation, and keynote speech on industry requirements and opportunities for AI enthusiasts, and as well as they will be involved in the grand finale judge panel as well. So this invitation is for all those serial volunteers, AI enthusiasts, and tech-curious individuals to join us for tomorrow's event. Just hope to see you guys in person. And without further ado, let's dive into our next segment. We have engaging sessions that cater to the professional development of young minds. Mr. Vidura Bandara, the Student Activities Committee Chairperson at IEEE Computer Society Sri Lanka chapter, who is currently working as a project and operations manager at the AI team. Mr. Vidura will share insights on effective communication as a young professional. Mr. Vidura, virtual stage is yours.
Cool, I hope I'm audible.
Yes, Mr. Vidura.
And I hope I'm visible as well. Am I visible?
Yes, you're visible.
I hope I'm great, cool. Okay, let me set up my type first. 1 second on it. Okay, here we go. Cool. Hi, hello everyone. So, as Anudhi introduced, I'm Vidura Bandara. I'm the Project and Operations Manager of the AI team. So, for today's session, I'm going to talk about the effective communication skills as young professionals. As for you guys being computing undergraduates, how well you can utilize these effective communication methods and how to actually communicate effectively in the industry. I know most of you guys being computing undergraduates, all, you want to become a software engineer. That's the typical form of being the career selection for a person in computing. But when it's come to the major reasons why you need to become, why you want to become a software engineer, many people say, I don't like to work with humans. That's why I rather to work with a machine. Yes, that can be true. That's perfectly fine. But again, someday you are going to be a leader. When you become a leader, that's where things get started. Now you need to mentor. Now you need to lead a team who are humans at the end of the day. And now you need to work with another bunch of stakeholders who are quite different than your team members. People such as clients, senior management, other project managers, scrum masters, and many other personalities. Okay, that's where this effective communication comes in. Even as a software engineer, you need to communicate effectively in order to get recognized and clearly get the things done. So those are the objectives and the goals that we are about to talk within this small session. How to communicate effectively, what can be done to improve that, and why you need this. Let's say you now work as an early software engineer. Let's say you now work as the intern software engineer in the industry. In turn, we expect you to cooperatively engage with your team members and the seniors to learn how this thing works. Okay. Now, in later sessions about understanding the company culture, about harnessing the soft skills and understanding what we need to improve our soft skills, like we'll be catered with another 2 great speakers. So I'm going to keep it that there. We expect you to cooperatively engage with your team members and your seniors, maybe your reporting manager. Now, as an intern, if you not into talk with the people in an effective manner, you might not be able to ask the questions properly or get the required leaves for your educational purposes, or to identify even though you work really well. And finally, to make yourself recognizable within the company. You need to get these things straight for yourself. So what's the main thing that you need to harness? Communicate effectively. Let's say I'm intent software engineer who's in the first day of my job. I'm about to go there. Let's say the company is AI team. Okay, I'm going to go there. I'm going to the office and I'm going to talk to the people who talk to me, like let's say the HR. I'm going to say, hi, I'm Vidura. So how I just came here today, like because you guys offered me a job and all and all and all. Let's say that's there. After that, HR is going to give you a KT. That means a knowledge transfer with the induction. They are going to tell you about the company culture. They are going to tell you about your reporting manager, your mentors, and the project that you're engaged with, your team members, and how the things work in this company. You're going to listen to that very carefully. Having effective communication doesn't only mean that you need to talk to your people in a really good manner. You need to listen as well. So when the HR is giving you that induction and the heads up, you're going to listen very carefully to figure it out. What kind of a person is there as my mentor? What kind of a person is my reporting manager? Like how this company work around? What's the culture within this company? And later on, in the same time, you will get benefited by just listening. Because after having a session with that initial session with HR, now you know what kind of a person, you have a basic understanding of what kind of a person is my reporting manager. Now you know how to respond to him, how to reach out to him. If he's a much more professional person, you can't just go there and say, hi, how you doing, man? Come on, like you can't use those like tone or the words. If he's a very cool guy, you can say hi, aya, or ayaki, or that the terms that you use. But I'm not recommending to use those terms, but you can like be more friendly and be engaged with. So that's the first step in effective communication, listening carefully as a young professional. Then to getting on board with the team space. In that case, you need to go and talk to your team, introduce yourself, tell them what you are good at, and ask about like how they have been doing in the company and the team, ask about the project, and the final thing, what they expect you to carry out in the project. That's the most crucial thing. You need to point blank ask from them, hey, what do you guys expect me to do in this project? I'm quite good with Java. I know this Java project, but I'm not quite good with understanding microservice infrastructure. So how you guys can like let me have some time to catch along with this respective section in Java, and how you guys can support me in the process. All of you can directly go and communicate in that way. That's the fastest track to get things done, like talking to the point. So that's the second part of effective communication. Now, the reason I'm taking this journey is I just wanted to take a practical example of your life, which is you are about to have within, let's say, another year or another 6 months or 3 months' time. So bear with me in this journey. So now that's the second point. The third point, meeting your reporting manager. That's the last person you want to mess up with. Because if your reporting manager is not happy with you, you are not going to get these educational leaves. You are not going to, you might not be get a permanent position, or you might not be able to, let's say, get recognized even for the work you have done. Because once you ruin that moment, the first impression, it's very hard to catch up along the way. So if you get behind the 8 ball, you will never get in front. Therefore, you need to make sure you communicate very well with your reporting manager. Now it's time to meet the reporting manager. First, you now know what's the HR told about the reporting manager, whether he's a cool guy or a tough guy or a professional guy. Now you have that basic understanding. The second thing you're going to do is you're going to do a thorough search about that person. LinkedIn search or social media profile checking up. Ask from the people who's in there. That's how you get to know the information. Then you prepare how you're going to communicate with that particular person. I will help you in a 2 different manner. I will tell you guys how to communicate in professional manner, and then how to communicate in much more friendly manner. In professional manner, just go there dress up to like show up in a very dress up manner. He'll go there. Good morning. Are you the name? Call them in the first name. Are you? Let's say Dunila. Are you Dunila? Then he's going to respond yes. And you can tell I'm the new intern software engineer, Vidura. So I want to like engage with you. You're my mentor, and I'm going to report it to you. How can I like have a chat with you to get understanding of this thing work, and how can you help me to get along the way? And then he will respond with that, whatever the projection that you made with the first impression. It's all about, for a professional person, it's all about giving them the respect and maintaining the tone. For a professional person, if you go there and like say, hey man, how you doing? So I'm the new software engineer, you know, like I'm going to report to you, man. So how do you think, man? How can we like get along? If you go in that way to that professional person, you are done. So without getting into that level, you projected yourself in a good posture and you have dressed up well. Good morning, with the respect and other stuff. And let's now take into the path number 2. If your mentor is a cool guy, the reporting manager is a cool guy, then you communicate like, hello, I'm Vidura, I'm the new software engineer for the company, and I'm going to report to you. So then how can we get along? How you can like support me on this process? Will you be able to have a small discussion about this and the company culture and everything, the projects I'm going to engage with, that are going to be help to my career as well as my time here. Even though for a cool person, you don't go in a more swag and stuff manner. In a professional environment, you can't do that. That's why I gave that swag manner as a bad example in both situations. You need to be talking to the point, you need to maintain the clarity in expressions and in the tone. And fact, Sri Lanka, effective communication, that is cultural, and to respond and to react accordingly to those people they are coming from different cultures. Because we have separate like almost one-to-one different cultures in Sri Lanka. You might not know from which culture or the kind of a background that these people are coming from. So you always use your respect, and in the culture, you can improve that cultural sensitivity section in effective communication. Now, as I said, now you met your mentor. You're going to be open up to your mentor and ask for feedback. You can learn from understanding mistakes out of course. Constructive feedbacks from your specific mentor, which is assigned to you, is going to improve your communication skill set. Because now that particular person knows how you respond, how you react, and how you communicate. In the same time, you have the understanding of that particular mentor on how he or she is going to help you. So that constructive feedback loop is going to support you in the long way. Cool. And now it's there. Now we have been in the company for like, let's say 3 to 4 months. And now you're going to like be more friendly with the people. In the team sense, you're going to be more friendly. But still, you're not going to say in a swaggy manner, say, hey man, what's up? How you doing? You're not going to go in that way. Still, you're going to play in the safe zone. What you're going to do is, you're going to slowly get into the interesting discussions with your colleagues. try to find the common interest groups that you guys are in, like you guys are in. Let's say set of your team members are into this open AI new shenanigans and new, let's say, the corporate stuff and gossips and all. So you guys, and you also in the same interest group. So you going to go to them and say, yeah, man, I saw that thing as well. So how do you think about that situation? If you were this person, what you going to do? You are not going to comment on any of that. What you're going to do is you're going to be open up and give them a chance to talk to you. They will feel valued because now you are seeking for their input to get an understanding. That's how you make a good starting conversation. Rather than commenting on something, you guys going to get the input from that particular other party. They're going to be like feel valued, and they are going to be engaged more with your conversations. In the second part, let's say you are in another interesting group with techies, like they are like waiting till the iPhone 20 or something getting released. So what you will do is you are going to go there with all the conspiracy theories that you have heard, okay? And you're going to go there and start the discussion with I saw this saying it's going to be a new mobile. Like you can like make it easily like touch it from the air and make it appear just like how in the stars and other people like really. Wow, you still you went there with the most let's say most imaginary what's say conspiracy theory that you have ever heard. That's not the way to start a conversation. You least valued one. Say it's going to be a double. Yeah. So you are going to have type of there. Main two aspect was that to get in like feedback and start, and then to make a realistic input and start. Now it's almost comfortable zone for you. Now you have been there for 3 months, you have talked well, you have listened well, and you have gained their interest, you have gained their respect, and you have showed the respect, and you have now you are in the let's say good faith group in the company, which everybody loves to talk to you and get inputs with. So I'm going to summary up my small talk about here. Let's say if you look at we have like around 4 different major component to looking at. That is listening skills that you need to improve in the effective communication, clarity and expression, maintaining the tone, and to improve the constructive feedback cycle, and understanding the cultural sensitivity. When to know the like when to know to make anything to the respective audience. Know your audience always. Like if you do an joke that can be an inappropriate joke to someone, and that can be a very funny thing to someone, that can be dark humor for someone as well. So know your audience always. Improve your let's say effective communication with feedback looping with whatever the mentor that you're having, and maintain the clarity in the expressions and the tone, and improve your listening skills. So that's almost 18 minutes. We have 2 minutes for Q&A. If you guys have any question about how to improve your effective communication skills, or how to like understand these concepts, now it's the time to ask that. particular questions. I'm open for the questions for another 2 minutes. Actually, it's 1.5 now. For 1.5 minutes, I'm open for the questions. You guys can unmute and ask, or you guys can drop it in the chat, and we have a Q&A option as well. So yeah. There's only 2 possibilities which can happen when there's not a single question out there. One thing, the first possibility is that I have done an amazing job, which everybody understood what I said, and they have no questions out there for real. And the second one is that I had done a very worst job. Nobody understood anything at all. Now, they are even questioning themselves, what should I ask? So I'm taking the benefit of the doubt, and I'm considering myself as I have done an amazing job. And I'm going with the option number 1. And we have another 30 seconds, and I can't see a single question. And we have around, more than 60 people out there without a single question. We have another 15 seconds. And yeah, time's up. And that's my 20 minutes. See you again in another nearby time to have an amazing discussion with you guys. Over to you, Anudhi.
Thank you, Mr. Bandara, for that enlightening talk. Your expertise in this matter is evident, and it's a privilege for us to have had the opportunity to learn from you today. Following Mr. Vidura, we have Ms. Sanara Premaratne lined up for you, a dynamic software quality evangelist and senior quality analyst at London Stock Exchange Group. Ms. Premaratne will enlighten us on the essential soft skills in a workspace, providing valuable insights into optimizing processes and delivering flawless products. So, Ms. Sanara, the screen is yours.
Thank you so much, Anudhi, and thank you, TechX, for this opportunity as well. Soft skills. So this is something we all love to put in our CV on the column, saying we have attitude, we have listening skills, we have critical thinking. But do we really have these skills that we are saying we do? And these are also the set of skills that you really can't get a certificate from, either from university. You probably don't have like courses or degrees for soft skills. It's things you learn, you practice. Sometimes you learn it the good way, sometimes the hard way. These are also known as people skills because it can really define who you are with the skills you have. So I just have 5 quotes with me today, and I would love to have an interactive session. If you all are not feeling very cozy on a Saturday evening, you're nicely laid back listening to all the sessions, but okay, come on, this speaker wants us to be interactive. I mean, I totally understand if you don't want to unmute and be interactive, but let's try to be a little interactive for today. So the first quote I found was this. Let me just post it on the chat. Can someone just tell what this soft skill is? What I'm going to plan to talk about, the first soft skill. It's so easy. It's right there in the quote. Anyone? No worries. You can sit back, relax, and not listen to Gold FM, but listen to me. So let's talk a little bit about attitude, because it's what most companies look for. When you say attitude, what we think it's, being very bubbly, being positive, saying yes to everything. But is it just only about being positive? Oh, I'm sorry. No worries, 𝗪𝗶𝗿𝗀𝗃. Sorry, I didn't know you all were not allowed to unmute, but maybe you all can reply in the chat later on for the questions I asked. Thank you very much. So having a great attitude is you are being very positive, but at the same time, you know what's right and what's wrong. Because at the end of the day, you are the books you read. That shows what kind of attitude you are. You are the people you interact with. That shows what sort of attitude you have. And also, especially in the workplace, if you are open to feedback, especially at internship level, so many people try to, overload you with work. They just play around with you because you're like the interns, but still, how do you tolerate that? Do you just leave the company, or do you say, no, this is too much work. I have my final year project. I have to balance my internship. That is what attitude is. And also, if your seniors give you feedback, if someone says you have done this wrong, how would you respond? Would you straight away go and say, no, I tried this way? Or would you really analyze it and see if there is a fault from your side? Will you say sorry? That is attitude. And also in the workplace, you have people from different religions, different races, different cultures. How would you interact with them? Now, racism is a big no-no in my company. At any company, it's a big no-no. So how would you deal with that? Not just religion, even when it comes to political views in the workplace, how would you react? So your upbringing, the person who you are, really decides what sort of attitude you have. And the other thing with attitude is if you are willing to change. Now, especially you would learn a certain language, or very famously, we would learn Java at university. But when you come to the workplace, you have a completely different language. So are you willing to change? Are you able to try out new things? This is attitude. So next time when you put it on the CV, just think about it. Do you really have this kind of attitude? So the second soft skill I would like to talk about is, I won't say what it is. I would love to get some answers from the chat. So this is the second quote. What do you think this soft skill is? 2 ears, 1 mouth. Anyone? What do you think this is? Why do we have 2 ears and 1 mouth? Exactly. Thank you very much. Listen more. That's the word I was looking for. So listening. We love talking. I mean, I love talking. But how often do we really attentively listen? Not just listen. Listening, some might think, okay, you shut up and you just do nothing. Not doing nothing is not listening, but attentive listening is actually showing empathy to the other person who is talking. Even at office, you're in a meeting room, someone is talking. How would you attentively listen? You can listen. What if I told you can also listen with your eyes and your entire body? How do you listen with your eyes? So simple answer is maintaining eye contact. If someone is presenting, someone is talking, always look at that person, attentively. So what if I just like talk to you like this, looking at the light bulb or something? You might be thinking, is she crazy? Because even on a Zoom platform, even on an online platform, you can look at the webcam and maintain effective eye contact. So when someone is talking, you can also reassure what they're saying by just giving a little nod, shaking your head a little bit. So those little gestures will mean a lot to the person who's talking. Or even in interviews, especially when you are asked certain questions. Now, I know for interviews, we already get prepared very well by researching on what sort of questions they're asking. So we have our pre-planned answers. But I think that's where we can go wrong, because sometimes you think, I'm going to give this answer, but you're not listening to the question the interviewer asks. So listen first and then give an appropriate answer. Even in meetings, now, for example, say in the team, you're discussing about a crucial problem that is blocking a release, all right? A problem that's blocking a release. And one of the people in your team say, okay, let's take solution A. But you know, solution A, we have already implemented it and it's not working. So there are two ways of responding to that person. One way, you can just say, are you crazy, man? We found this way, we tried this out and this is not working. That's one way you can respond. Another way you can respond is by saying, solution A, okay, we have tried it, but you know what? Let's weigh out the pros and cons of this method. And since we did try it, we know the cons. And, you know, just don't shut people down immediately. Always encourage them. Always be empathetic. So that's the second soft skill we can have. And we have the third soft skill, or the third quote I would like to share with you. Now, this is your guessing time again. You can guess what soft skill I'm going to talk about this. The quote is, first duty of a man is to think for himself. We talked about attitude, we talked about listening. What do you think this soft skill is? Just type out any answers, right or wrong. It's okay. Another quote. What do you think I'm trying to talk about next? The first duty of a man is to think for himself. Part of the answer is in the quote. Anyone? Okay. Again, you know, lay back, relax. I'll talk, it's okay. Don't even type. So this soft skill is basically critical thinking. Another soft skill, we love to put it on the column in our CV. But when you really think about critical thinking, do we think critically? Or are we very comfortable in going with the flow? To be honest, when I started my internship, you know, I just would make myself the little one in the team, and I would always go along with the flow to what my akkis and ayas in the team would say. So I was that sort of a person. But going up the ladder, I realized that is not the correct way. Even if you're an intern, you can question things. You can ask why this is happening. You can ask, why are we doing it this way? So all these things comes with critical thinking, because on a day-to-day basis, we read so much on social media. When we have a problem, the best answer, the person who knows it all, Google. We Google everything and we believe everything that's there on Google. But do we stop to think for ourselves if that information, if the piece of knowledge we are getting, is it valid? Is it correct? So this is where creative thinking or critical thinking comes in. With critical thinking is creativity. Now, if you're in your internship, you are asked to implement a code or you implement a feature a certain way. But you see someone else in the source code, someone else has done it their way. And with the sprint deadlines, with your time allocation, you think, okay, I'll copy the same code, I'll change my parameters, and I'll put my task as done. So I have done that too, don't worry. So by doing that, yes, you can get the job done. But what happens to your creativity? How about if you okay, there is a solution, but what if I try it in different way? When you try it differently, the more praise, people will start to praise you. They will also, encourage you to do it more often. So that's a really positive thing you can do. So, even Galileo Galilei, when he said the earth is round, he was put into jail. Just imagine, even after those days, if people still think the earth is flat, what will happen to us? So don't be afraid of voicing your opinions or thinking differently, thinking creatively. Just get out of the box and voice out your opinions. Always ask why. Why is this happening this way? So the next quote or next skill I would like to share with you is networking. The quote says, your network is your net worth. I can't agree more. My yes, the place I am today, the people I know is because of networking. I am a Toastmaster. Some of you know what that is. For those of you who don't know, just Google. It's more of like public speaking, communication, networking. So I learned this skill from Toastmasters, because with every meeting I attend, with every club I go to, Toastmasters club I go to, I meet new people from all walks of life. And the stories they share, the experiences they share is more valuable than anything I can learn in books or in degrees. So even right now, what you're doing is networking. So you can give a pat on your back because you're meeting different people. Now, tomorrow, I heard the session is physical, amazing. So tomorrow, don't just stick to your university people and, be in your comfort zone. Step out. Like there are people with amazing portfolios. Go and talk to them. Add them on LinkedIn, because at the end of the day, you will not realize that your network will be your net worth with time to come. So I personally have met amazing individuals in my life. Now, even at office, I don't, yes, I do mostly interact with my teammates, but even in town halls. Now, our town halls are very famous for amazing food, right? When I joined the company, if there's a town hall, I would go for the food and, be very comfortable. But later, I realized what a waste of time. In town halls, you have other teammates, other people from other projects coming in. Why not ask what their technologies are, how they do things? So just don't waste this opportunity. When you meet people with similar mindset, go and talk to them. I know you can feel a little hesitant or a little shy at first, but try to break that ice and go and make new friends. That is networking. So I'll move on to one of my favorite soft skills. Now, I don't know about this quote, but I would love to get some answers from you. Do you have you heard? If you have heard this next quote, can you give a thumbs up? Don't shit where you eat. Have you heard this quote? Please give me a thumbs up. I'm sorry for the language, but it's the quote. Anyone who has heard this quote? No one has heard this quote? Wow. Just give a thumbs up if you have heard this quote, a reaction. Okay. Thank you, Vidura. So the meaning of this quote, why I selected this quote, was just to show professionalism. Now, yes, we were very comfortable with our school life, and then we came to university. But at university, we don't behave like school kids, right? Now we become very comfortable at university, and then we are put into the workplace. But do we behave like in a university at work? No. So professionalism is something you should be very mindful of, because even me, like personally, as an intern, when the first experience, first job you get excited, you get so emotional with the work, you get emotional with the people, and you try to, just open everything about yourself. But I would say, think twice before you do it, because your work is not your family. Work is work, and you have to draw a fine line between who you work for and your personal life. So with regard to professionalism, even starting meetings on time, ending meetings on time, that is crucial, because we don't want to, the very famous thing we would love to say is, we are Sri Lankan, let's start a bit late. Please don't. I mean, that's just embarrassing, and that is really disgracing. So you don't have to say you're starting late because you're Sri Lankan. Be Sri Lankan and start on time. Why can't we do that? And when you're sending a meeting invite, be professional and list out what you're planning to speak during that meeting, so that you're not wasting anyone's time. The dress. Now, my first internship, the first company I worked for, it's like very casual. People wear denims and t-shirts and come with rubber slippers. But the company I work for now, there is a proper dress code. So that also shows what sort of professional you are. So be mindful of what you dress. And even Vidura mentioned about this on how to address people in your team. Some companies have the akka ayya culture. You say akka ayya, but I would personally prefer if you call your teammates with their name, so that you're drawing that fine line. And again, this I was thinking if to tell you all or not, how you behave at office, how you interact with certain people. Like some people, they try to find love at work. Now, please, this can be very awkward for you and the people in your team, because again, don't shit where you eat. Because if you cause any sort of trouble, you're going to be noted, and it's going to be bad for your reputation. And the IT industry, almost everyone knows everyone. So be mindful with your relationships, or how even the distance you have with your fellow colleagues. Are you going to add them on Facebook? Are you going to add them on WhatsApp? Now, I am someone who think about these to the next level, but if you know how to behave and how to draw the line, how to be professional, that's fine. So all in all, these are some of the soft skills I wanted to share with you. First, it's your attitude, because it's everything. So pick a good one. Next, your listening skills. And that's why you have 2 ears and 1 mouth. Moving on to critical thinking, because that's the first duty of a man. Don't believe everything what people say. Think for yourself as well. Your network is your net worth. Last but certainly not the least, don't shit where you eat. So hope you learned something from my session, and I would love to meet you in person someday, and I hope we will cross paths in future. And thank you for this opportunity, TechX. So with that, over to our host, Anudhi. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Sanara, for the insightful exploration of essential soft skills in a workspace, and the 5 advices that you gave us were very interesting as well. Your expertise in software quality assurance and dedication to excellence are truly commendable. Now, without further ado, I invite our next speaker to share her wealth of knowledge on understanding the culture and practices of a workspace. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Ms. Yashodhi Perera, the Head of People and Culture at Arimac, a leading innovation technology company. Ms. Yashodhi Perera is passionate about building exceptional teams and fostering a positive workplace culture. Ms. Yashodhi Perera, the virtual stage is yours.
Thank you so much for the introduction. Just give me a second until I share the screen, please. I hope everyone can see the screen and I'm audible as well.
Yes, we can see your screen and we can hear you as well.
All right, thank you so much. So, good evening, everyone. I hope everyone is keeping well. So, as Anudhi introduced, I'm Yashodhi and I'm the head of People and Culture at Arimac. So to start off, based on the topic, understanding company culture and practices, let's see what we will be discussing during the session. So this will be the content that I'll be going through, the topics, what is company culture, company practices, how to understand company culture and practices, and finally onto how to fit into a company culture. This will be discussed very briefly as we have a limited time for the discussion. All right, so let's see what company culture is. So usually company culture outline and influence employee behavior within an organization. It is all about the experience people have at work and how that experience aligns with the external brand of the company as well. So talking about culture, this does not only limit to the internal stakeholders, this also reflect on the external stakeholders such as the vendors, the clients, the suppliers, and every other aspect of operations. So one thing that I would like to highlight is that different companies will have different cultures. So it's how we as employees would embrace and inculcate that into our work life and support the existing company that you work for to thrive and grow and expand. And also it is important to keep in mind that the culture of a company can change and it changes and develops organically over time. So while this is happening, it is paramount that employees keep an eye on these changes and try to adapt in a way that they could influence positively and to make a difference within the company culture. So let's take a look at a few components that defines a company culture. So the values. So basically values dictates all the elements of your company culture. It is more like the company's guiding principles for business decisions, actions, and company behaviors. Next, we have beliefs. This we could define as the way people feel about the work they do, the values they believe in, the direction where they see the company they are working for is going, and what they are doing to get there together with their employees. Next, we have behaviors. So behaviors is how the actions of a company will define its ethical strategies and describes the reputation of the company. It is also the behaviors of the employees in the workplace, and it will have a direct correlation to the business's operation and its success as well. Next, we have attitudes. So this is really important, like Vidura and Sanara both explained. It is the attitude of the people that basically actually takes place of very great importance. Attitude in the workplace refers to the predetermined outlook of an employee towards their job, their colleagues, the supervisors. And in corporate culture, two particular job attitudes have the greatest potential to influence how employees behave. So one is job satisfaction, which refers to the feelings people have towards their job. And the second thing is organizational commitment, which is the emotional attachment people have towards the company they work for. So basically like loyalty. Next component is the final component is that the formal and informal systems. So a formal system is such as like the codes of conducts, the regulations, etc., which give direction and framework for ethical action. So these are usually created by the management of the company, and they can use these in the form of both guidance and structure for all the stakeholders involved in the company. So if you take informal systems, this often places more focus on social and cultural values rather than quantitative outcomes. So these types of structures are essential in encouraging staff members to feel comfortable in their workplace, their environments, and for them to have basically to create even subcultures within the company culture. Next, we have as the next topic, we will be focusing on the company practices. What is company practices? So usually business practices refer to the methods, the procedures or tactics that a company follow in pursuit of its objectives. So the best business practices are those that optimize the ways of operating to achieve maximum results while minimizing costs and risks. So organizations intend to continually strive through different working practices to improve employee retention, enhance productivity, improve efficiency, and also in a way that they would encourage employees to be more involved in the workplace. So if we take one of the practices, it would be so the companies would have rules and regulations. So it is very basic and very straightforward. Everyone would know what rules and regulations are. So these outlines or restrict the actions of staff within the company. This is actually to ensure that discipline, or rather a code of conduct, is followed by all the employees, including the management. This is not only limited to employees. Anyone across the board will have to abide in rules and regulations. Next is governance. So these are all the practices or processes and policies that help to guide a company in the right direction. Next, we have compliance. This is where a company adheres to the applicable laws and established guidelines. This is not only related to employment or government compliances, but will also go up to the extent as to how a company and employees should be compliant to certain processes when dealing with projects, clients, vendors, suppliers. It's all about how you as a person or as a company will comply into certain laws and regulations in order to ensure ethical work mode. Next, the most important component is communication. So communication is vital in any organization, big or small. This is how organizations talk to their employees and how team members work together. For example, a working practice of encouraging employees to provide their own feedback, to contribute openly helps to establish a very strong communication across the whole organization. So things like active communication channels, town hall meetings, team huddles, emails, memos, etc. Are few of the examples of how effective communication could be established. And finally, another vital factor is morale. So working practices that improve morale cover many initiatives and opportunities to engage employees in their work. This could be small or big initiatives introduced by the company, such as rewards, recognition, performance measures, perks and benefits, for employees, and also social events, things like sending out gifts, remembering their milestones, personal and professional. It can be birthdays, it can be weddings, professional, it can be long services awards, maybe things like employee of the month recognitions as such. So now that you all have an understanding of what company culture and practices is, let's have a look at how to understand a company culture and those practices. Yeah, so what y'all can do as the very first thing is to reach out to your network. So if y'all have people who are already working in that company, or if y'all have maybe you know people who work for that company, just reach out to them, ask them what sort of a company is this, what culture, what practices do they follow, how the employees are, how do the upper management treat the employees, how do employees react to certain things. So these are the things that you really have to understand and see, and you have to reach out to your network. So that is really important before understanding anything else, to have the understanding of culture and practices by talking to people and seeing exactly what is going on. So this is to identify people who know the company, who can give you the unvarnished truth about it, because companies can have both positives and negatives, and it's better to know both aspects of the company. So get external parties to give their feedback of the company, to understand the reputation, maybe the company that holds the reputation that it holds in the industry. To understand the pulse of employees, you can also reach out to the ex-employees, see what clients are talking about the company, etc. Next, the very important thing is that you're doing your own research ahead of time. So the internet is very informative. Just like Sanara said, you can Google anything, almost anything, everything will come up. So read about the company, use your social network to understand the company culture, and also evaluate the company's online presence. So to the website, to the social media, everything, usually any company would give the updates. So do your own research and validate, verify the things that you want to know, even if you're in the company already, or even before joining. So the next thing, as soon as a new recruit is recruited, the very first thing the HR does is the company onboarding process. So it is paramount that you, as a new recruit, to go through a very detailed onboarding process. This is where you will get to know, starting from the founder's details to the management, the mission, vision, about the departments, the products and services the company offer, the clientele, maybe the future plans of the company, the current updates, etc. So read the guidelines, and if you receive an employee handbook, ensure that you have it as your Bible. It is really important that you thoroughly read through and understand everything. Next, make connections. So team interactions is really important. Just like Sanara also mentioned, talk to your people, get to know your colleagues, but do it in a way that you will also feel accommodative, like Vidura said. Attitude is everything. So how you approach your team members, how you approach your boss or immediate supervisor, it will make a difference. So try to get a mentor for yourself. An experienced mentor can be very helpful in navigating your life in the company. So other than that, what you can do is go out for lunches, have tea breaks, go out for outings. And then other than that, you can ask for feedback. And also engage without pretense. Don't do that in a way that, okay, you're just here to hear for the just for the grapevine. Just genuinely go talk to people and create a sense of belongingness to all. And simply just think of your organization as a community that you always want to be interactive with, that you want to know information, and that you will also equally give out information for those who need. And finally, like I said before, also ask questions. Get accurate information about the job and the company. Ask detailed questions about what life is like in the company. So for this, you have your reporting manager, the HR team, your team members. Just always frequently ask questions and do it in a way that it's not offensive and do not disturb people, and get everything clarified. So moving on to our final topic for today, how to fit into a company culture. So culture fit refers to how compatible employees are with the company's culture, its goals and values. Whether your working preferences and values match the company you're applying to join with, or you already have joined. So usually from HR perspective or a hiring team, we see the candidates who are good, who are a good culture fit, possess essentially soft skills, just like Sanara also mentioned, and Vidura. That would complement. We will look for people that who has soft skills. Of course, you need your technical skills, definitely. But apart from that, we are looking for people who has that soft skills that would complement other people in the company. And culture fit also means that an individual embodies the company's vision, mission, and core values as well. So, all right, so let's see how you guys could fit into a culture. The very first thing you should know is about yourself. So the first thing that I would say, rather than going out and looking out for reasons why not to join this company, why should I join the company, is that you need to know about yourself. So this starts with you knowing yourself and what do you want from this job? What do you enjoy doing? What is your areas of expertise? Will this company and the culture, the way they are, the working hours, will fit your criteria? So that is really important. Something that we have seen of newcomers is that for the sake of it, they would apply the job. And yes, they would also fit in and we would hire them also. But once they come in, they sometimes have a culture shock. They do not know how to react. They do not know how to engage in certain things. And the easiest thing that they do is immediately resign. So don't do that to yourself. It will give a black mark to your career. And also it is not ethical or professional in terms of the company's point of view as well. So be honest with yourself and do a self-assessment and see what you want and where do you see yourself in the next coming years. And the next thing is that you adopt a positive and open mindset. So one thing I could advise is that try not to compare your previous experiences because not every company has the same culture. It is different. So try to always be open and do not resist change and look forward for a positive experience. And just remember to have confidence in yourself, because if you have got an offer from a company, that means the upper management or the hiring team, they have confidence in you. So it's your time to be confident and also to be positive and open and have open mindset and try to fit in and blend into this culture. Next is to maintain a really good relationship with your colleagues. As Vidura correctly mentioned, having a really good relationship, especially with your immediate boss, is important. So make sure that you make a special effort to get to know your supervisor. This doesn't mean that you're going to, go out of the way to do things to your boss, or maybe, do things that is unwanted, nothing like that. But this is to have a really good relationship with your manager. So that would lead to your job satisfaction. So other than that, with your colleagues, be sociable, be friendly. You can join sports clubs, you can attend events, you can do things after hours as friends, play cricket, go out drinking, or anything that, look for a common denominator amongst your colleagues, and then group up and do extracurricular things as such. So next is to be proactive. So being proactive is that in managing your organizational life. So if the job, for example, let's say is overwhelming you and there's no work-life balance, so you need to cope up that by being effectively time managing this and having a good social network. So if you don't have enough direction, just ask for it. So rather than you are getting into yourself into trouble for something that you don't know or you're not aware of, might as well get advisors and always be prepared to face unforeseen challenges. So ask for help prior getting into something that you're unsure of. It's always better to be precautious. Next is that you have to be very well versed with the company policies. So if the HR team sends you the handbook, the policies, the practices on emails, memos, please ensure that you guys read this. It's really important that you read all of these policies and understand what exactly they are trying to say, because this is very important at any point of your throughout your employee journey. Because if you should know if something goes wrong, how you face it, and if something goes wrong, what consequences that you will have to face, or how you can avoid doing certain things. So it's really important that you are very well versed with the company policies and practices. And finally, it's important that you are being attentive on company updates. So maybe it's HR or marketing, whoever it is who sends newsletters. Check all the communication channels, the HR notices. Other than that, look into the social media and the website, the LinkedIns, to all of the channels that the company will give updates internally and externally, and be attentive on company updates, because this is how you as a employee, even if you're directly working with a client or anyone else, you being very well versed and attentive on company updates, it's important. So that's it, actually. So we can wrap up with that saying the discussion, the session for today is done. I hope this was insightful and you all learned something out of this. If anyone has any questions related to this, please feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn, because the time is limited here. And also, I would like to thank the organizing committee and the partners for inviting me, and for all those who are present today. Wishing you all the very best in your careers. Thank you and good night.
Thank you, Ms. Yashodhi. Before we proceed to our closing remarks, let's extend our heartfelt thanks to Ms. Yashodhi Perera for sharing her invaluable insights into workplace culture and practices. Ms. Yashodhi Perera's wealth of experience in talent acquisition and management has certainly left an indelible mark on our understanding. And with that being said, I hope that you guys have been enjoying the sessions that we had lined up for you today. And let's move on to interactive breakout session, where we'll be focusing on specific tracks. Please note down the tracks that I'll be saying. Student track, the first student track by Mr. 𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀, sectional student representative, will be in room number 1, and WIE track, which will be led by Ms. 𝗦𝗽𝗶𝗋𝗀𝗀𝗀, the secretary of WIE, will be in room number 2, and Young Professionals track, Mr. 𝗬𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀, the secretary of Young Professionals, will be in room number 3. Please click on the breakout rooms icon that is on the bottom of your Zoom screen, select the track and join. Then you'll be automatically moved into a breakout room. So each track will have its unique discussion topics, and we encourage active participation. You guys can clarify whatever the doubts or questions that you have with regards to IEEE volunteering. Feel free to ask questions and engage in meaningful discussions. Remember, this is an excellent opportunity for you guys to connect with others who share your interests. So yes, guys, enjoy your breakout sessions. I hope everything's clear about moving to the session so far. I hope that breakout rooms are visible in your screen. You can just simply click on one room and join to that session. I'll mention the student tracks again. Student track by Mr. Kulunu Shakshana will be in room number 1. And WIE track, which will be led by Ms. 𝗦𝗸𝗀𝗰𝗲, will be in room number 2. And YP track, which is led by 𝗪𝗀𝗀𝗰𝗁, will be in room number 3. Guys, I would like to remind that we only have a limited time left. So take this opportunity and clarify whatever the doubts you have related to volunteering. So those who are in the main room can join to any breakout room.
Recording stopped.